GM and welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, we're taking a look at the value proposition here of Flowmatic, which is a brand new Solana based altcoin that builds on top of the Hero network. And this one is currently ongoing with its LBP liquidity bootstrapping pool. So more details on that token sale at the end of this video. Plus this does have a very stacked roadmap with value accrual at each level for token holders. So what is Flowmatic? Quick TLDR. Well, they're trying to tackle the biggest problems in DeFi right now around user experience and fragmented liquidity. So the idea here is to bring DEXs in line with the experience you would receive on a CEX through a trading terminal, advanced order types, plus allowing traders to access deep unified liquidity for the best trade execution. This was founded by Hitter and Brando, who understood the need for this advanced tooling in order to bring about more on-chain trade and bring in the big money players. Now, if you do enjoy this one today, make sure you follow or subscribe, depending if you're watching this on Twitter or YouTube, and let's jump on in. So as mentioned, Flowmatic sits atop of the Hero network. Here is the actual icon of Flowmatic, top left-hand corner. So essentially, Hero is providing the liquidity layer. It does this through its Dexterity protocol. It also has Spandex, which is a risk engine, allowing for a secure and efficient trading experience. And then we can see Flowmatic is sitting atop of that and tapping into it, delivering this Hero tooling via API and also through its upcoming trading terminal for projects, institutions, and traders alike to utilize. So as you can see, a design decision by Flowmatic to build on top of the Hero network. Let's move on. So on screen here, a bit of a trading terminal overview or demo from their official YouTube channel. And what you can see from this is this interface is allowing the trader here to actually type in commands and then get the actual commands to run a function on the right hand side of the screen there. So for example, opening up a Bitcoin USD chart and then placing layered orders, as you can see from the red lines top right hand corner. So things such as slash commands, advanced order types, all that good stuff can be done through this terminal. And this is something that institutional grade clients will want to utilize. And you can see what is possible in terms of functionality here in the background. So a trading terminal gives one dedicated view where you can actually trade across aggregated liquidity. Now we've seen how terminals more broadly have recently got product market fit with the likes of Unibot, which is essentially a shitcoin trading terminal. And the issues of the past, DeFi and DEXs more broadly have been clunky to use, not too many different types of orders that could be placed, mainly just buy and sell functionality. And they've also been hard to navigate. So these tools must be simplified. We need to abstract away the complexities in order to bring in line the DEX experience with that of a CEX. And this is how we'll get people to actually trade on chain. It's also worth noting, if you have a very high performant trading terminal on a chain that actually allows for high performance, i.e. Solana and Flowmatic here, well, you can actually start to deliver a proper on-chain trading experience. We've seen all the issues around obviously FTX blowing up, a lot of concerns around Binance. But if there is a bit of an inflection point here where the DEX environment becomes so good, well, people will then be able to trade non-custodially like this via the Flowmatic infrastructure. So this, in my mind, is like taking a bet on the future of on-chain trading. So let's look at the product suite here from this diagram. You can see what they're currently delivering here and kind of into the future what they also want to achieve. Now, currently live, they have products such as 0-day futures, the ability to engage in day-long futures contracts, primarily for shitcoins, allowing you to long or short very illiquid tokens. Plus, they also have perpetual swaps and leverage perpetuals as well. And what you can see from this is that they have the DEX infrastructure. So as mentioned, all the liquidity, the risk engines in the background, and then they can take a fee based on what is actually being utilized here. So say the Flowmatic terminal with its advanced order types, bringing it in line with a centralized exchange, the likes of TWAP orders, stop losses, limit orders, limit chases, and more. Plus we have its API currently being used by the Nolo bot, as you may have seen, the Discord-based bot, its ZDFs, its perps, etc. being powered here by Flowmatic. And what we're going to see is the actual white label exchange infrastructure being used very soon here by PepperDex. So if you wanted to white label your own decentralized exchange or perpetual swap exchange, you can tap into Flowmatic and use their infrastructure. And this kind of white labeling solution for exchanges just lowers the barrier of entry for new projects looking to enter into these markets, and they can access liquidity straight out of the gates. And then in terms of those fees, as we're about to touch on in this video, you're going to see that essentially the FM token acts as a bit of a toll booth, taking a clip of absolutely everything that it plugs into. So let's dig into token and see what this is all about. As you can see on screen here, max supply is 33 million FM tokens, and these will emit over a 3-year period, 36 months. So let's quickly break this down. As you'll notice straight out the gates, if you read these labels, there is no insider allocation, i.e. there's no inside investors, there's no VC capital behind this one. Hence they went with the LBP approach to get as many tokens in the hands of early adopters as possible. We have 30% of the total tokens going towards protocol owned liquidity, that is POL down there, half of which, so 15%, actually went straight into the LBP. And then from the funds raised, 70% will go back into the protocol owned liquidity and 30% will go into the treasury account. And that's all raised in USDC. So this means we'll start trading from day one with very good liquidity. And the actual ending of the LBP is on this Friday. So Friday, the 27th of October. Also, we have budgets for marketing at 10%, advisors at 6%, and a future airdrop at 4% as well. So obviously it would make sense to be engaging with this from the get-go. And you can see 22.5% of tokens actually earmarked for volume incentives there. Again, as I'm about to touch on, beneficial to get in with this at the early stages. And then we have 17.5% allocated towards team tokens there. All of these have various vesting schedules you can check out within the docs. So a bit more of the tokenomics kind of 101 here. Think of this as that toll booth analogy, getting a clip from everything, the full infrastructure stack, plus all the trading fees, the API fees, and all that volume. So single-sided staking, there's going to be the ability to stake the FM token. And as it states, stakers can receive an increased share of the rewards and ecosystem generated revenue by opting for a longer stake period. So we'll jump into the multiplier in just a second, but this is the actual breakdown and the staking rewards where they're coming from. So 37.5% of all revenue fees taken from their products, the terminal, the API, and the infrastructure goes, and that is in USDC to the token stakers. So real yield in dollars. 37.5% of fees from the FM token swaps also goes straight to the token stakers. Then we have the OFM standard, more on that in just a second, but 25% of all that USDC taken will go to stakers. So as you can see, the amount of dollars coming to these stakers, pretty damn healthy. And 100% of yield from staked hero positions that the Flowmatic treasury actually holds will also go to the stakers as well. So actually diversified forms of revenue for the token stakers of FM. The stakers of the token will also get discounted fees, so reduced trading fees like a VIP tier on a centralized exchange. And as you can see from the stake weight multiplier here, you actually get up to a 400% booster if you lock in your tokens for the longest stake duration, which is 36 months. You can see the multiplier here goes up from 100%, so 1x on 0 lock, then 6 months up to 150%, 12 months up to 200%, and so on and so forth, which is incentivizing people to lock their tokens for longer and thus get a booster on their overall revenue share. So say you're a big institution or other entity and you're doing a lot of volume through Flowmatic, maybe the API, well, you can see you would actually be incentivized to monetize your own order flow, as you would get a lot of kickbacks and also discounts by max staking your FM tokens. So what is OFM, the options Flowmatic token? How does this actually work? Well, we did actually touch on this earlier in the week on the Armada Fi explainer, showing you that this discounted token standard is something that can be plugged into by new Solana projects utilizing Armada, and Flowmatic have decided to go with this. So as it says here, rather than emitting FM tokens as rewards, Flowmatic has opted to use a call option token to facilitate volume-based trading incentives. So as we saw earlier, 22.5% of total tokens from the supply will go towards trading incentives. So there's going to be a lot of flow around this. And this is a much smarter way of actually distributing your token to users of your protocol, because typically what you get is a lot of mercenary capital. If you're just dishing out your own token to those who are using the protocol, they're highly likely going to be farming and dumping it. However, by using this option style, what you're doing is giving people a call option on buying FM at a discount to the market price. So what it's going to be is a 50% discount. So say that you earn yourself $100 in FM incentives due to the amount of volume that you put through the network. You will be able to buy that OFM at a 50% discount. So you send in USDC to the protocol, just $50 worth, and you're going to receive $100 worth of those tokens back. That will then convert your OFM into actual FM, and then you would have the option to actually make the arbitrage, cash in that $50 in profit straight out the gate, or you could also maybe want to stake the FM token, as we saw lots of reasons to do that. So a lot of the tokens as they come into supply will go through this methodology. And so this means a lot of dollars will be exchanged for the OFM. And so this is how that USDC will be distributed. 25% will go straight to protocol owned liquidity. So over time, the actual liquidity of this protocol and of this token will go up as it grows. Then we have 25% of that USDC going to the FM stakers, real yields. 25% of those USDC going to buyback and burn of FM, making it deflationary. This means there will be a constant buy and burn pressure, and 15% will remain in the treasury as dollars. Then we have 10% of this going straight to buy and then max stake the hero token, and allowing for that diversified yield to FM stakers. So not only are you getting revenue from your own protocol, but also by everything else going on the Hero network, you're getting a clip of that in terms of those revenues. So these are definitely some A-grade tokenomics. As it states, the distribution mechanic will help offset any sell pressure from options exercises by contributing to POL and buying and burning FM tokens directly from the market. So that 22.5% of the token emissions go into the volume incentives here. So that is a total of 7.425 million OFM. You can already see the kind of circular flow of USDC throughout this ecosystem and how it will actually move about as people trade on here and then obviously exercise their OFM. So traders will be rewarded on their pro rata share of notional trading volume in any given epoch, and each epoch is 250 mil in trading volume notional. So this will be applicable to all the volume on the trading terminal 1.0, the API, so that would be the likes of Nolobot, and Flowmatic powered dApps, including the white label infrastructure. So again, that likely to be the likes of Pepperdex. Now you can see from the decay curve on the actual y-axis there, the cumulative number of tokens emitted out. This actually shows us that it will be beneficial to participate with FM Flowmatic from the early days, get running volume through their early doors, and that means you'll get more of the OFM emitted to you. On top of that as well, the purple highlight states, in addition to incentives offered by Flowmatic, all volume traded through Flowmatic products will be eligible for Hero Network volume incentives. So two different types of incentives coming to you, not only OFM, but also Hero as well. So here we have the roadmap ahead. As you can see, token launch, we're during this phase right now. The token launch currently ongoing will end in a couple of days' time from release. But we have consistent releases of new products every few weeks here. So there's going to be a lot of catalysts on the horizon, and this ecosystem more broadly is about to take off in more ways than one. Starting with a revamping of the API for both business to consumer and business to business clients. We also have the white label exchange taking place. Pepperdex is launching very soon, I believe in the month of November. We have the advanced order types all coming, TWAPs, etc. as part of the Terminal 1.0 push. And as you can see further out on the roadmap here, account abstraction. This is going to be very important this cycle, just really abstracting away all the difficulties with trading on chain. Something of optimal importance in my mind for bringing in a new wave of traders into the on-chain ecosystem. And these guys are also planning for multi-chain expansion with unified liquidity across different chains as well. So you would come to the terminal as an example, not even know where you're actually trading the volume from, but just knowing the liquidity is there for you. So on screen is the LBP page here for the Flowmatic token. So this is actually ongoing here. How do you actually purchase? What is going on? So all you would have to do is connect your Solana based wallet, i.e. the Phantom wallet, to the web page. I'll leave a link for it down below. It's also linked across all the socials for Flowmatic, but you would come in, log in, and as you can see, the current tranche is in progress here, and it's pretty much at the end of this tranche and just starting the next one. You've got a bit of an infographic here of the various tranches. There was 10 in total. We are up to tranche number 6 here, about to start, 25 cents. And this is the biggest tranche in terms of number of tokens for sale. As I mentioned earlier, this is actually ongoing now until Friday around 11 a.m. ET, that is Eastern time in the US, or 4 p.m. in the UK. So that means the token sale will be for a maximum of 72 hours from when it did start off. And if you want to come in here and bid, connect your wallet, and then in this field here, you enter in the amount of USDC you wish to commit. You need to spend in USDC to purchase these tokens. So say you wanted to buy 250 bucks worth of this. You can see the current price is 25 cents at an FDV of $8.3 million. If you're happy with that, you click buy, approve the transaction in your wallet, and you will get the FM tokens directly in your wallet straight away. So what we can see here is that Flowmatic is providing base infrastructure for the DeFi landscape to really evolve here on Solana and bring in a new wave of traders, may that be advanced traders or institutions, and providing that tooling to ensure that they have a comparative experience to that of a centralized exchange. Meanwhile, we can also see that these value accrual based tokenomics are going to allow for us to actually share in the value extracted from this process. On a centralized exchange, they take profits from all of our order flow through referral links, plus take in the trading fees. There's no positive feedback to the end user. But with Flowmatic, you can get a slice of that action. So I think what we're about to see is things really turn up a notch here for Flowmatic with all the product releases they have on the roadmap in the coming weeks. This volume is of course going to drive more liquidity, and this is going to drive more trading fees. And so the actual staking contracts for this token may well be quite lucrative from the actual outset, which is something we haven't really seen in crypto before, actual revenue and revenue share from the get-go. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you do smash a like on the video, subscribe or follow along, depending on where you're watching this one. Check out the links down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.